There are moments in life that arrive quietly. No warning, no drama, just a single decision made in the dark that changes everything. This is the story of a man who had stopped believing in second chances. A woman who had built walls so high she'd forgotten what warmth felt like. And a little girl who reminded them both what it means to be human. This is Noah and Claire's story. The weight of ordinary days. Noah Reed had perfected the art of invisible. At 36, he moved through the glass towers of Seattle's financial district like a shadow, efficient, dependable, forgettable, as an operations coordinator at Meridian Capital, a prestigious investment firm. He kept the machinery running while others took the credit. He didn't mind. Invisibility was safe. Every morning at 6:15 a.m. he'd wake, Lily with the same gentle routine, curtains pulled open to let the gray, Seattle light spill across her room, her favorite breakfast waiting downstairs, her backpack already by the door. "Dad, why do you always fold my napkin into a triangle?" 8-year-old Lily asked one morning, her dark curls still messy from sleep. Noah paused, spatula in hand. "Because your mom used to do it for me when we first met. She said it made ordinary mornings feel special." Lily studied the carefully creased paper. "I like that we remember her in small things." He kissed the top of her head, throat tight. "Me too, kiddo." Sarah had been gone for 3 years. An aneurysm that took her in minutes, leaving Noah with a grief so profound it had hollowed him out. He'd rebuilt himself around one purpose, being enough for Lily. Everything else, dreams, desires, the possibility of love, he'd locked away in a place he couldn't reach. At work he was the same, present but distant. While others networked over expensive lunches, Noah ate at his desk reviewing logistics reports. While colleagues jockeyed for recognition, he perfected the art of making others look good. And then there was Claire Westbrook. Claire the Fortress. Everyone at Meridian Capital knew of Claire, but few truly knew her. At 40, she was the firm's chief strategy officer, a position she'd fought for with a ruthlessness born from necessity. Impeccably dressed in sharp suits that cost more than Noah's monthly rent, she commanded boardrooms with a precision that made senior partners nervous. But Claire's armor had cracks she refused to acknowledge. Abandoned by her father at 12. Betrayed by a former business partner who stole her ideas and left her reputation in ruins. She'd rebuilt herself by deciding that emotional distance was strength, that trust was a luxury she couldn't afford. She noticed Noah the way you notice a well-oiled machine. Functional, reliable, utterly unremarkable. He prepared flawless reports. He never complained. He never asked for anything. She had no idea his life existed beyond those reports, until the night of the annual investor gala. The gala. The Fairmont Olympic Hotel dripped with Seattle's elite, crystal chandeliers, string quartets, champagne flowing like water. Noah hadn't wanted to attend, but the event required full operations team presence. He stood at the edge of the ballroom in an off-the-rack suit, nursing sparkling water while monitoring the event timeline on his tablet. Just 3 more hours, then home to relieve the babysitter. Across the room, Claire worked the crowd with calculated grace, smile, handshake, laugh at the right moments. She'd delivered a keynote that afternoon, a massive deal she'd closed that would boost the firm's portfolio by $40 million. She should have felt triumphant. Instead, she felt empty. "Claire, incredible work today." Marcus Chen, a board member, appeared with 2 champagne flutes. "You've earned this." She took the glass reflexively. Then another, and another. Alcohol on an empty stomach, stress she'd been suppressing for months, and the crushing loneliness that always hit her after professional victories. It all crashed down at once. By 10 p.m., Claire's practiced composure was slipping. Noah noticed first. She stood near the terrace doors, gripping the frame for balance, her usual sharp focus replaced by something unfocused and vulnerable. A group of investors circled her like sharks sensing blood in the water. "Ms. Westbrook, we should discuss those Hong Kong projections." "Claire, join us for after drinks, we've got a private room." One man, a visiting executive Noah didn't recognize, placed his hand on Claire's lower back, guiding her toward the exit. Too familiar, too proprietary. Claire tried to step away, but her coordination was off. I need to go home." "We'll get you there," the man said smoothly. "My driver's outside." Every instinct in Noah's body screamed wrong. He moved without thinking. The intervention. Ms. Westbrook. Noah's voice was quiet but firm as he approached. Your car service called. They're ready at the north entrance. Claire blinked at him, confused. I didn't call a car. I did, ma'am. When I noticed you weren't feeling well. He met her eyes with calm certainty, then turned to the executive. I'll make sure she gets home safely. Thank you for your concern. The man's face darkened. And you are? Operations coordinator. Responsible for executive logistics tonight. It was technically true. The lie of omission, that Claire had no idea he'd arranged anything, hung in the air. The executive hesitated, calculating whether to push back. Noah's expression remained neutral, but his body language was crystal clear. She's leaving with me. Finally, the man stepped back. Feel better, Claire. Noah gently guided Claire away, his hand barely touching her elbow. In the hallway, away from the crowd, she sagged against the wall. I don't feel right, she whispered. I know, let's get you outside. Fresh air will help. He led her through a service corridor, avoiding the main lobby, the cameras, the gossip that would follow if Seattle's financial elite saw Claire Westbrook stumbling drunk. Outside, the October rain had started. Typical. Seattle mist that made halos around the streetlights. My apartment is... I can't remember. Claire's voice cracked. God, I'm pathetic. You're human, Noah said quietly. You had a stressful day and too much champagne. It happens. Not to me. Not ever. She looked up at him then, really looked, and for the first time saw past the title and the job description. Dark hair starting to gray at the temples. Gentle eyes. Hands that were steady when hers were shaking. I don't even know your name, she said. Noah Reed, ma'am. Stop calling me ma'am. It makes me feel ancient. She laughed bitterly. Claire, my name is Claire. Okay, Claire. Where do you live? She told him. A luxury high-rise in Belltown. 15 minutes away. His car was in the hotel garage, a 10-year-old Honda Civic with a booster seat in the back, as he helped her into the passenger seat. Claire stared at the booster seat like it was a foreign object. You have a child. A daughter, Lily, she's 8. Claire processed this in silence as Noah drove through rain-slicked streets. At a red light, she turned to him. Why did you help me? You could have just let it happen. Nobody would have known. Noah's jaw tightened. I would have known. The apartment. Claire's apartment was everything Noah expected. Minimalist, expensive, cold. Floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking Elliott Bay, not a single personal photograph. He guided her to the couch, found a glass of water, made her drink it. You should eat something, he said. Crackers, bread. I don't keep food here. I eat at restaurants. Of course she did. Noah found some plain rice cakes in a cabinet that looked unused. She ate half of one, grimacing. You can go now, Claire said quietly. Thank you. For everything. But you don't have to babysit me. I'll stay until you're steady. Why, you don't owe me anything. I'm just your boss. I probably don't even know your birthday. November 12th. She looked genuinely surprised he'd answered. I'm a terrible person. No, you're a person who works too hard and forgets to take care of herself. Something in Claire's armor cracked then. She looked down at her hands, perfectly manicured, empty. When I was 12, my father left, just walked out one morning and never came back. My mother told me it was because I wasn't enough. Not smart enough, not pretty enough, not worth staying for. Her voice was hollow. I've spent my whole life proving her wrong. Building empires. Closing deals. And tonight, with all those people congratulating me, she laughed bitterly. I've never felt more alone. Noah sat down, not close enough to crowd her, but near enough to listen. After my wife died, he said quietly, I forgot how to be a person. I was just a dad, an employee, all function, no feeling. Lily brought me back. She'd do these tiny things. Draw pictures of our family with her mom as an angel. Leave notes in my lunch that said, you're a good daddy. She reminded me that grief doesn't erase love. It just changes its shape. Claire's eyes were wet. How do you do it? Keep going. One day at a time. One folded napkin. One bedtime story. He smiled softly. You find your reasons. They sat in silence, the rain drumming against the windows. I should let you get home, Claire finally said. Your daughter. The babysitter knows I'll be late. It's okay. But he stood anyway, leaving his number on her kitchen counter. If you need anything, or if you just want to talk. Claire watched him go, holding that scrap of paper like it was precious. The shift. Monday morning, Noah expected nothing. He'd helped his boss. She'd been vulnerable. By today, she'd probably be mortified and pretend it never happened. That's how these things worked. He was wrong. At 9:47 a.m., his desk phone rang. Noah Reed, operations. Noah, it's Claire. Can you come to my office? His stomach dropped. Here it comes. The awkward thanks and subtle warning to keep quiet. He knocked on her door 3 minutes later. Claire sat behind her glass desk, perfectly composed in a navy suit. But when she looked up, there was something different in her eyes. Close the door, please. He did. I wanted to thank you, she said. Properly. What you did Friday night. Protecting my dignity, getting me home safely. Staying until you knew I was okay. She paused. That was far beyond your job description. It was the right thing to do. Most people don't do the right thing when it's, inconvenient. She slid an envelope across the desk. I've arranged a bonus for... I don't want money. Claire blinked. What? I didn't help you for a reward. I did it because you needed help. She stared at him like he was speaking a foreign language. Then, what do you want? Noah considered this. Permission to leave at 4 p.m. on Tuesdays. Lily has art class, and I usually have to rush to pick her up. Done. Anything else? That's it. Claire sat back, completely off balance. In her world, everyone wanted something bigger. Power, promotion, access. This man just wanted to pick up his daughter on time. How old did you say Lily was? 8. What's she like? And for the first time in 3 years of working at Meridian Capital, Noah talked about his life. Really talked. About Lily's obsession with drawing fantasy creatures, her habit of naming the neighborhood crows, how she'd started asking questions, about her mom that he didn't always know how to answer. Claire listened with an intensity that made him self-conscious. She sounds remarkable, Claire said softly. She is. There was a long pause. Would you... Claire hesitated, which was unusual for her. Would you like to have lunch? Not a work lunch, just lunch. Noah smiled. I'd like that. The coffee shop revelation. Their first lunch was at a quiet cafe near the waterfront far, from Meridian colleagues and their gossip. Claire ordered a salad she barely touched. Noah got a sandwich and actually ate it. You do this a lot? He asked. Lunch outside the office? Never. I usually work through meals. Then why now? Claire's fingers traced the rim of her water glass. Because Friday night, when I was at my lowest, you saw me as a person, not a position. I can't remember the last time someone did that. Maybe you don't let people close enough to try. It should have sounded harsh, but Noah's tone was gentle. Observational, not judgmental. You're right, Claire admitted. After my business partner betrayed me, stole my proprietary research, and sold it to competitors, I decided trusting people was a liability. I built walls. Walls keep you safe, but they also keep you alone. And you? Are you alone, Noah? He thought about it. I have Lily, I have purpose. But yeah, most of the time I'm alone. Do you want to change that? The question hung between them, loaded with possibility. I don't know if I remember how, Noah said honestly. Maybe we could figure it out together. The invitation. 2 weeks later, Claire did something unprecedented. She left work at 5 p.m. on a Thursday. Her assistant nearly fainted. She drove to the address. Noah had mentioned a modest craftsman house in the Wallingford neighborhood, small yard with a tire swing, paint peeling on the shutters. She sat in her car for 10 minutes, questioning everything. What are you doing? This is your subordinate. This is inappropriate. The front door opened. Lily ran out, chasing a soccer ball, dark curls bouncing. Noah followed, laughing as he intercepted the ball and kicked it back. The scene was so ordinary, so warm, so full of life. Claire got out of the car. Noah spotted her, surprised. Lily stopped mid-kick, curious. Claire, I didn't expect, is everything okay? I was driving by and... She faltered. Driving by? In a residential neighborhood 15 minutes from her office. I wanted to drop off those quarterly reports. It was a terrible lie. She hadn't brought any reports. Lily walked over, studying Claire with the intense focus children have. You're really tall, Lily observed. And you smell like flowers. Lily, Noah warned gently. But Claire laughed. A real laugh, not the practiced one she used at galas. Thank you, I think. I'm Claire. I know, Dad talks about you. Does he? Lily nodded solemnly. He says you work really hard and sometimes forget to eat lunch. He says that's not healthy. Claire's eyes met Noah's. He looked slightly embarrassed. Your dad's very wise. Would you like to stay for dinner? Lily asked. We're having spaghetti. Dad makes it with turkey meatballs because regular ones are too heavy. And he puts spinach in the sauce so I eat vegetables without knowing. Lily, Noah started. I know about the spinach. Dad, I just pretend I don't because it makes you happy. Claire couldn't stop smiling. I would love to stay for dinner. The thawing. That dinner changed everything. Claire sat at their small kitchen table, chipped plates, mismatched chairs, drawings covering the fridge, and felt something she hadn't felt in decades. Home. Lily talked endlessly about her art class, her friend Emma who could do a cartwheel, the crow she'd named Gregory who visited their yard every morning. Gregory probably thinks you're weird, Noah said, serving spaghetti. Gregory appreciates my consistency, Lily countered. I bring him crackers every day. That's friendship. Claire watched them, this easy banter, this warmth. She saw how Noah really listened when Lily spoke, how he'd cut her spaghetti into smaller pieces without being asked,
how Lily would touch his arm when she got excited.
A casual affection that spoke of absolute security. This was what she'd missed. Not the luxury, not the power. This. After dinner, Lily asked if Claire wanted to see her drawings. In Lily's room, walls painted pale yellow, glow-in-the-dark stars on the ceiling. Claire sat on the floor while Lily spread out her art. Dragons, castles, families of creatures holding hands. One drawing caught Claire's attention. A little girl with dark curls standing between two figures. One labeled, Dad, the other an angel with wings. That's my mom, Lily said softly. She's watching us from heaven. Claire's throat closed. She's beautiful. Dad says she had the kindest heart. He says I have her heart too. I think your dad's right. Lily studied Claire with those two wise eyes. You seem sad sometimes, like Dad used to be before he started smiling more. When did he start smiling more? After he met you. The breakthrough. Over the next month, something shifted. At work, Claire started asking about Lily. Not perfunctorily, but genuinely. She remembered Lily's art show and asked how it went. She noticed when Noah looked tired and suggested he take a personal day. Small things. Intentional things. Noah, in turn, began to see past Claire's armor. He noticed she stayed late not because she was ambitious, but because her apartment was lonely. He saw how she flinched when colleagues got too close, like she expected betrayal. One evening, working late on a deal proposal, Noah knocked on Claire's office door at 8 p.m. You should go home, she said without looking up. So should you. I'm almost finished. Claire. He stepped inside, closing the door. When's the last time you had a real meal? Not a salad you picked at, an actual meal? She looked up, defenses rising. I'm fine. You're not. You're running on empty. He hesitated. Lily and I are ordering Thai food. There's more than enough. Come over? Noah, I can't just... Why not? She had no answer. 30 minutes later, Claire sat on Noah's worn couch, eating pad thai from a takeout container while Lily explained the complex social hierarchy of third grade. And then Emma said that Sophie said that I said wait. I forgot what I said. Lily frowned. Sounds complicated, Claire said seriously. Being 8 is very hard, Lily sighed. After Lily went to bed, Claire and Noah sat on the back porch, watching the Seattle drizzle. Thank you, Claire said, for including me. You didn't have to. I wanted to. Lily did too. She's extraordinary. She is, Noah paused. You're good with her, natural. Claire's laugh was bitter. I'm terrible with children. I don't know what I'm doing. You listen. You take her seriously. That's all kids want. He looked at her. That's all anyone wants, really. The rain fell softly. Somewhere a dog barked. I've been alone so long, Claire whispered. I forgot what this feels like. Sitting with someone, not having to perform or prove anything, just being. You don't have to be alone. She met his eyes. Don't I? Look at us, Noah. I'm your boss. I'm 40 years old. I'm damaged and closed off and you're here, he interrupted gently. That's enough. Claire felt tears she'd been holding back for years finally break free. Noah didn't try to fix it. He just handed her his handkerchief. Who carries handkerchiefs anymore? And waited. I'm scared, she admitted, of wanting this, of losing it. Me too, every single day. But you still try? Because Lily taught me that being scared means you care about something worth protecting. Claire wiped her eyes. When did you get so wise? When I had to raise a daughter who asks questions I don't have answers to. She laughed, a watery sound. Then carefully she leaned against his shoulder. Noah went still, barely breathing. Is this okay? Claire asked. Yeah, he whispered. This is okay. They sat there as the rain fell. Two people who'd forgotten how to be vulnerable, learning to be brave together. Act 5, the crisis. Everything was building toward something beautiful. Until Marcus Chen called Claire into a closed-door meeting. We need to talk about Noah Reed. Claire's blood went cold. What about him? There's been talk. You've been seen with him outside work. Dinners, coffee, your car at his house? Marcus leaned forward. Claire, you're CSO. He's an operations coordinator. The optics are terrible. There's nothing inappropriate. It doesn't matter if it's true. What matters is perception. The board is concerned you're showing favoritism, that your judgment is compromised. My judgment is fine. Then prove it. Transfer him to the Portland office. Effective immediately. Claire's hands clenched. You're asking me to fire him for doing nothing wrong. I'm asking you to protect your career. And his. If this continues, he becomes a target. People will say he slept his way to advancement. Is that what you want for him? After Marcus left, Claire sat alone in her office, feeling her carefully constructed world collapsing. She'd spent years building her career, surviving betrayal, proving herself, and now she had to choose. The choice. That night, Claire went to Noah's house. Lily was already asleep. Noah made tea they didn't drink. They want me to transfer you, Claire said, to Portland. Because we've been, whatever we've been. Noah's face went carefully blank. And what did you say? I said I'd think about it. She looked at him, eyes desperate. Noah, I don't know what to do. If I fight this, they'll make your life hell. They'll find reasons to demote you, cut your benefits. And Lily. Don't, Noah said quietly. Don't make this about protecting me. But I am trying to protect you. Both of you. By pushing us away? By deciding what I can handle? He stood pacing. I've spent 3 years being invisible. Claire, safe, small, not wanting anything because wanting meant risk. And then you came into my life and suddenly I'm feeling again. I'm wanting again. Noah, I love you. The words hung in the air, raw and honest. Claire's eyes filled with tears. Don't say that. Why not? It's true. I love your strength and your vulnerability. I love how you make Lily laugh. I love that you're terrified of this, but you showed up anyway. He took her hands. I've been half alive since Sarah died. You made me whole again. And what happens when this falls apart? When the board forces you out anyway? When you resent me for ruining your career? That's fear talking. Not truth. Maybe fear is smart. Noah cupped her face gently. Maybe. But I'd rather be scared with you than safe without you. Claire broke then, sobbing against his chest. I don't know how to do this, she whispered. I don't know how to be someone who gets to be happy. Neither do I, but we can learn together. The stand. The next morning, Claire walked into the boardroom where Marcus and 3 senior partners waited. We've drafted the transfer paperwork, Marcus said. Just needs your signature. Claire looked at the documents. Noah's name, Portland office, effective in 2 weeks. She picked up the pen, and then she set it down. No. Marcus blinked. Excuse me? I said no. Noah Reed is the best operations coordinator this firm has. He's saved us from logistical disasters you never knew about. He's earned every bit of respect he has. She stood, and yes, I care about him, deeply. But that doesn't compromise my judgment, it enhances it. I'm a better leader, because he reminds me what integrity looks like. Claire, the optics are that I'm a woman in power and you're uncomfortable with me having a personal life. If this firm has a problem with 2 consenting adults developing a relationship outside the office, then the problem isn't us, it's the firm. She gathered her things. If you push this, I'll resign, and I'll take my $40 million deal in my client relationships. With me? She met each partner's eyes. Your choice. She walked out, heart pounding. The resolution. 2 days later, Noah was called to HR. He walked in expecting termination papers. Instead, he found a promotion offer. Senior Operations Manager. 20% raise. Claire had recused herself from the decision entirely, but the department head had reviewed Noah's file and found 3 years of flawless work that had been consistently overlooked. You've been invisible too long, Mr. Reed, the HR director said. Time to change that. That evening, Noah found Claire in her office. You didn't have to do that, he said. I didn't do anything. Your work spoke for itself. I just made sure people were actually listening. He closed the door, crossed the room, and kissed her. Soft, careful, full of 3 years of loneliness finally finding its answer. When they pulled apart, Claire was crying. I'm terrified, she whispered. Good, me too. But what if I'm terrible at this? At being a partner, a stepmother? You won't be terrible. You'll be real. That's all Lily and I need. 6 months later, Saturday morning, Noah's kitchen. Lily sat at the table drawing while Claire attempted to make pancakes. They were lopsided and slightly burned, but Lily ate them anyway. These are really bad, Lily said cheerfully. I know, Claire laughed. But I'm trying. Dad says trying is what matters. Noah walked in, kissed Claire's temple, stole a piece of bacon. How's the art coming? He asked Lily. She turned the drawing around. A family. 3 figures holding hands. A man, a woman, and a little girl with dark curls. All of them smiling. I thought maybe we could hang this one on the fridge, Lily said quietly. If that's okay. Claire's vision blurred. She knelt down, pulling Lily into a hug. That's more than okay, she whispered. That's perfect. That afternoon, they went to the park. Claire pushed Lily on the swings while Noah watched, heart so full it ached. Later, as the sun set over Puget Sound, painting the sky in golds and pinks, Claire leaned against Noah. Thank you, she said. For what? For seeing me, when I'd forgotten how to see myself. Noah kissed her hair. Thank you for teaching me it's okay to want something, more than just getting through the day. Lily ran over, grass-stained and glowing. Can we get ice cream? Always, Claire and Noah said together. They walked toward the ice cream truck, a makeshift family built from loss and loneliness and the radical choice to be brave. Not perfect, but real. And that was everything. Sometimes the people who change our lives don't arrive with fireworks and grand gestures. Sometimes they arrive quietly, in moments we almost miss. They show up when we're at our lowest, see us for who we really are, and choose to stay anyway. Noah and Claire didn't find a perfect love story. They found something better, a real one. Built on honesty, respect, and the courage to let someone in. Because healing doesn't happen alone. It happens when we're brave enough to let someone carry part of our pain. When we choose connection over safety. When we remember that being vulnerable isn't weakness, it's the only way to truly live. If this story touched you, please like this video and share it with someone who needs a reminder that second chances are real. Subscribe for more stories about love, loss, and finding your way home. And remember, you're not alone in your journey. Somewhere, someone is waiting to see you, really see you. You just have to be brave enough to let them.